All right, we're gonna do a short video on the puppies, who is who, how to tell the difference between them, and it's overseen by Mama Mocha, making sure everyone is doing well. And if you're curious, that's what she was doing right there. Puppies, when they're first born, are unable to, go to the bathroom by themselves. So what moms do is they lick them to help stimulate any pee and poo to come out. So firstborn was Peppermint Mocha. He's our boy. Let's see if I can focus. He is black and tan. He is very calm when being held at the moment. He's got some sable showing up in his neck, so it's kind of this lighter color around his neck. And he is definitely one of our top chunks. So if you see a chunky baby, black and tan, that's gonna be our Peppermint Mocha. Second born was Gingerbread Latte. She's looking like she might be a long-haired coat. You can see her little face there. She is fully chocolate with a very small, tiny starburst of white on her chest. But all over, everywhere else, she's got a pretty strong chocolate color. Now, if you want to tell the difference between Gingerbread and our other two chocolate girls, Gingerbread, her brown is just a little bit lighter than the other two. And I think the girls moved on me, so. Third born, this is Chestnut Praline. She is about the same weight as our boy, Peppermint Mocha. So Chestnut Praline, she is a chocolate and tan. She's gonna be our chunkiest girl, followed by our Gingerbread here. And she does have a little bit of white on her chest. It's a good amount of white. But the other parts that have white are her little front right toes and her hind toes. And a little bit of white down here. But it's pretty limited for her with her white. She's also nice and calm when she's being held for the most part. Fourth born, this is Eggnog. So she's a little bit smaller than Chestnut Praline. She's smaller than Gingerbread. She's also chocolate and tan with white. And if we look at her, she has more white markings on going down her belly. If she had two dots here, she'd almost have a smiley face. She has less markings on her hind feet and none really on her front feet. So if you're looking at the difference between the two chocolate and tans, this is Eggnog, this is Chestnut Praline, and there's a bit of a size difference if you are looking at them. And we're gonna get to our fifth and final pup, who's been probably the star of the show as she's been wiggling around back there. She definitely likes to move a lot. This is Hazelnut Mocha. She is a black and tan with white markings girl. So this is her white. It's a beautiful yawn. Her tan, if you notice, is a lot lighter than any of the other tan pointed dogs. So if we compare her to Peppermint, she almost looks cream. She's not cream. She is a black and tan, but she just has a much lighter tan than the others. And she is not showing any sable through her black like Peppermint Mocha is. So she's pretty solid there. I was talking with the owner of Toast, who that's the dad of these puppies. He's from a different program, about whether I thought this sable on Peppermint Mocha would stay. And usually what happens when dogs get older, they show sable and they get older, is it gets a little bit lighter over time. Based on Mocha's previous litter and looking at Vince, who used to be, he was formerly Skipper, he's now Vince, he had sable, not quite like this, but a little bit similar, and it definitely did lighten up throughout his life, and I expect he probably will continue to lighten up. So I think this will most likely be here to stay on Peppermint Mocha. And so this is the pile of the Toasted Mochas. They definitely are fun to look at. So again, this is going to be our gingerbread. I am getting the feeling she might be long-haired. I think she might be, if you see our previous litter, if you see Private Ludwig, or Lulu, he used to be known as Private, he had long coat, but it was not that full-blown long coat some Chihuahuas have. I'm wondering if that's how she's going to present. And then these are our two chocolate and tan girls. Don't want to disturb them now, but there's one other difference between them, is that Chestnut Praline, I think this is her, she has a little bit of brown at the top of her nose, whereas Eggnog has more just a pink nose. And then here's our Peppermint Mocha and our Hazelnut Mocha.